So we're going to talk about Dan today.
Dan
Statema. A little bit of conflict whether this is his 10-year anniversary video or Employee of the Year award. We're kind of working through some of those
or
things.
retirement video, termination video.
There's potential it could be any of those three.
Do they make termination videos?
There's a few rumors floating around the bank. Thought you might be able to help us clear up some of those rumors. Several of the employees we've talked to had heard that you've asked Dan to move his office next to yours.
Dan's office is in Sioux Falls, and mine's in Yankton.
But you haven't asked him to move?
We don't have room for Dan in Yankton.
How many Dan Statemas do you wish First Dakota had?
I think, do we have just the one? I feel like that's one too many.
We've got quite a few already, don't we? I'm trying to think. One Dan Statema. Yeah, that's true.
I would say 2.
If you had an extra one, what would you do with them?
Have him work with the other Dan and keep that one in line.
It's twice as good.
I don't know if we could handle more than 2.
What did you do previous to moving to Oklahoma City?
I worked at the fantastic Palace on the Prairie, the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls.
Were you shocked when Garth Brooks dedicated his 9 shows to Dan?
I think that might have been somewhat of a miscommunication. I think it was more about coming back for all the fans that were there 20 years ago, not one particular person.
So it was not specific to Dan?
I think the banner hanging up in the Premier Center is just to Garth and what he did, not necessarily to Dan and Garth.
Hidden talents. I feel like his hidden talent would be practical jokes.
Does Dan do your Christmas shopping for you?
He might do some Christmas shopping for some people besides his wife, but yeah, no, he doesn't do mine.
Are you aware of any hidden talents Dan has?
I'm just wondering if that maybe isn't one of them that I should be following up on, the Christmas gift purchasing. Hidden talents. I think Dan can sing and dance, but I'm not sure.
Wouldn't surprise me. Have you ever met a banker more talented than Dan?
Well, Dan's not really a banker, so I don't know if I'd call him a banker.
I have never met anybody in banking that is least like a banker than Dan.
Paul, is it okay if I call you Paul?
Mayor's fine, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, your first name is Paul, and that's a pretty common name.
It is.
If you had to change your name, would you change it to Dan?
I have to think about that for a while. Absolutely not.
You know, I have a brother named Dan, and I've always really loved the name. I'd definitely choose it ahead of Rob.
Wonderful.
Probably not. Probably would not choose Dan.
Okay, that's a no. Can you tell us about how the One Dan brand inspired the One Sioux Falls campaign?
The One Dan brand. It absolutely has nothing to do with One Sioux Falls. As he eats a glazed donut, and I have nothing here.
Would you like a bite?
Not anymore.
You can have the other side.
Incredible.
How many times have you won Employee of the Year?
None.
None?
None.
0. When the topic of this year's Employee of the Year came up, was it a pretty easy decision to pick Dan?
I had no idea it was Dan.
You didn't know?
No. You know, but a lot of good things go on at First Dakota that I'm not aware of or involved in.
There was a lot of deserving employees, but you're definitely one of the finalists. To give you the comfort in saying that.
You didn't win?
Not yet. That's going to be announced later this year.
Who's the funniest person you've ever met, and is it Dan?
Next question.
Which famous singer does Dan remind you of the most?
If you consider Justin Bieber a singer rather than just a performer, that would be the first one that comes to mind.
It's an interesting selection. Just so you know, most people have said Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, sure,
Instead of-
naturally,
But
makes sense.
well, he did give you a little token of appreciation he wanted us to pass along. So this is for you. Appreciate your time today.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Mike, you're welcome. Well, thank you. I'm gonna frame that. I might even do a matting around it and make it an extra big frame.
Oh, look at this. This is incredible, signed and everything. Oh, eBay. This is going right on eBay. This will fetch $1 at least. And
Assumed it would be in your office.
That's very nice. I will frame that and put it on my credenza next to my wife.
Surprised there's not one there already. It's funny you should bring up proclamations. When did you decide to name 2020 the year of Dan Statema in Sioux Falls?
well, it is fitting given this year that it would be named after you because it has been a train wreck. And this is the year of the Statema, I would say.
Okay, thank you.